Today I will inform you about the Berlin Wall. Hope you enjoy and find this presentation useful. My problem stating. The problem stating that I chose was, why did they build the Berlin Wall? I shall answer it as I inform you more about the Berlin Wall. The Berlin Wall. But first of all, I think the most important question right now is, what was the Berlin Wall? The Berlin Wall was a concrete wall that physically and ideologically divided East and West Berlin under the Cold War. The construction for the wall started on the 13th of August 1961. The wall separated West Berlin from all of the East Berlin until they eventually opened it in November 1989, 38 years later. The barrier included guard ties and barbed wire to prevent East Germans from climbing over the wall, as it was illegal and you could be shot and killed on sight. Why the wall was built is what I shall speak about now. The wall was erected in 1961 because more than 2 million East Germans migrated to West Berlin or West Germany from 1948 to 1961. Life in West Germany was much better than it was in East Germany because they had gotten financial aid through the Marshall Plan from the United States of America. Therefore, there were more opportunities for people in West Germany than there were in East Germany. In East Germany, the quality of life was much poorer as a communist system was established and many people had to suffer under the oppressions of the Communist Party. East Germany lost too many skilled workers over the course of these years and were desperate to put a stop behind it. The East German government had no other ideas to stop the East Germans from moving to the west via Berlin, so they decided to build a wall. The casualties. Hundreds of people died at the wall, including guards, innocent parties, or people attempting to escape from East Berlin. The escape attempts took the lives of a variety of people, including a small child as young as 2 years old and a woman that was 8 years old. Many died because of accidental or illegal actions made by the guards. Some got injured while trying to climb and bled to death. In numerous legal cases against the guards that killed people attempting to cross, many of them were found guilty of manslaughter and had to serve jail time. It was illegal at the time to try and cross the wall, and guards were allowed to shoot on sight. The guards were told that people attempting to cross the wall were criminals and deadly force was required to deal with them. Multiple guards have come out and said that the motto at the time was, "A dead refugee is better than an escaped one." The first casualty of the Berlin Wall was a woman called Ida Sigmar. She died on the 22nd of August 1961. She died while trying to jump out of her window to cross the wall. She fell hard on the ground and severely injured herself, dying on her way to the Lazarus Hospital in Germany. The street she lived on belonged to the French sector of Berlin. The East German authorities said that all windows and doors that led out to the street, Berner Straße, should be locked up. On the 8th of March 1989, a man called Winfried Friedenberg became the last person to die in an attempt to escape from East Germany to West Berlin across the Berlin Wall by falling from a hot air balloon. Famous people in Berlin under the Cold War. Famous celebrities such as David Bowie, Bruce Springsteen, Ronald Reagan, JF Kennedy, and many others made a trip to either West or East Berlin under the Cold War to show support towards the anti-wall campaign. David Bowie once had a concert close to the wall. This concert was attended by thousands of Eastern concert goers across the wall. It led to lots of violent rioting in East Berlin. Once the concert was done, he gave words of encouragement to the people of Berlin about the wall. On his death, the German Foreign Office tweeted, "Goodbye, David Bowie. Thank you for helping us bring down the wall." John F. Kennedy gave a speech in West Berlin called "Ich bin ein Berliner," meaning "I am a Berliner." He paid a visit 22 months after the erection of the wall, speaking on a platform for an audience of 450,000 people. He declared the support of the United States of America for West Germany, and in particular, people of West Berlin. The speech he gave was aimed at the Soviets and Berliners and was a clear statement of US policy in the wake of the construction of the Berlin Wall. The speech is considered one of Kennedy's best and was a notable moment of the Cold War. 1989, the Hungarian government began dismantling the electrified fence along its border with Austria. And then in September, more than 10,000 East Germans escaped through Hungary to Austria. This set up a chain of events. The long-time leader of East Germany, Erich Honecker, resigned on the 18th of October 1989 and was replaced by Egon Krenz that day. Honecker predicted that the war would stand for 50 or 100 more years if the conditions that had caused its construction did not change. The wave of refugees leaving East Germany for the West kept increasing. By early November, refugees were finding their way to Hungary via Czechoslovakia or via the West German embassy in Prague. This was tolerated by the new Krenz government because of the long-standing communist Czechoslovak government, allowing free travel across the border. To ease all the tension, the Politburo, led by Krenz, decided on the 9th of November to allow refugees to exit through crossing points between East and West Germany. After hearing the broadcast, East Germans began gathering at the wall at the 6 checkpoints between East and West Berlin, demanding that border guards immediately open the gates. It soon became clear that none of the East German authorities would take personal responsibility for issuing orders to use lethal force, so the outnumbered guards had no way to hold back the huge crowd. Finally, at 10:45 p.m., Harold Jager, the commander of the Bornholmer Strafe border crossing, yielded, allowing for guards to open checkpoints and allowing through with little or no identity. And that was the fall of the Berlin Wall.